and welcome to France 24's weekly music show with me, Marjorie Hache. My guest this week has been making music in Quebec for the past 8 years, from TV show soundtracks to artistic direction of stage shows. He's just released his first concept album entitled Jozef. It's filled with fabulous psychedelic rock and follows the surreal world of a hard-to-pin-down protagonist. We're going to try and find out a little bit more. Emmanuel Alias, a.k.a. Alias. Yes, don't be fooled, it's actually his real name. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So you've just been playing around France. You're introducing France to your album. How's it been?
Pretty cool. I'm really happy to be here, and it's been a long time because of the all the COVID stuff and everything. So I'm really happy to be here and playing.
Mm-hmm. And this album, so it's called Jozef, and that's the protagonist of this psychedelic surrealist album. Who is he?
He's like he's a fictional character, and he's like the very emotional part of myself, and so Jozef speaks for me. He's just like an avatar.
He's like an alter ego, autobiographical.
Exactly, yeah.
So there's the things you don't want to say out loud, or
yeah, kind of.
Yeah. And how long did it take you to come up with him?
Sorry?
How long did it take you to come up with him? Was it difficult, or?
No. It was pretty simple.
Yeah. Well, how about we check out the video for your track Fantasy?
Just keep shut. Fantasy is better.
Alias featuring the Deluxes. Who are the Deluxes? Are they another band from Quebec? Or?
Yeah, exactly, and they're really good friends of mine, so
that's how it happened.
Yeah.
There seems to be a theme of like red lights and red colours in your music videos.
Yeah.
How involved are you with the concept of making those videos?
It's just like it's one of my favorite color, the red, and I really needed to find the evil vibe of the. Yeah, so the red was perfect with that.
And so do you have a lot of investment in when you make the videos? Like, are there going to be, for example, a video tied into are they all interlinked, all your music videos with this album?
Sorry?
Are they interlinked, the music videos with this album? Is there a link between?
Oh, yeah. It's more like about the aesthetic and everything. But,
and interlinks, yeah. And talking about aesthetic, there's the artwork of your album cover, and apparently it features a psychiatric ward.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, the cover of the album, it's like a picture of the hospital where Jozef was during the story of the album, and that's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm. Why were you attracted to the sort of idea of being in an asylum? What was the to be in an asylum, a psychiatric ward? What was the attraction to that?
The attraction to the asylum?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like I really needed to express myself with this fictional character, and.
Yeah. No, well, you've got quite an interesting background because you studied jazz here in France at the Conservatory of Aix En Provence, which is where you're from originally. Yeah. What was that like? How does jazz tie into the music you make nowadays?
There is no link, honestly. It's just like I started on drums, and I'm a fan of jazz music and blues music, and so. That's it, yeah. There's
a lot of freeform. I also read that you made a lot of different kinds of albums, like before this one where you came out as Alias, your first psychedelic rock, but you tried hip-hop, you tried ambient music, and they were under different guises. So do you feel like this is your final character, or will you change characters?
Kind of. When I was really young, the first music that I heard on my CD Walkman and everything was the rock and roll music. So I decided to go back to the basics. And
who are your rock and roll heroes or psychedelic heroes?
I would say like the first name that I have in my head would be like Led Zeppelin or the Beatles, or
Yeah.
the classic one.
Yeah. And so you moved to Canada in 2014.
Yeah.
What made you want to move there?
It was just like randomly. I went there because I wanted to live in New York, but that's pretty complicated to go there. So I went on for the first time in Montreal, like just for vacation, and I stayed there for. I had a job there for 6 years, like in a music studio, and I decided to stay there because I fell in love with the city.
Mm-hmm. What's specific about Montreal that you like? Is it the music scene? Is it the different extreme weather?
That's really mad. The people.
Yeah.
Yeah, the people there. I really like the culture, the people, the vibe, the mood. Not the weather.
Especially after Aix En Provence, where it's beautiful and sunny. And now you've composed music for series like Big Little Lies. You've worked with TV shows like Cirque, not TV shows, but just actual full-on shows like Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah.
Tell us how you got into that and the creative process.
Yeah, as I said, I worked in this music studio as a composer for scoring like for movies, documentaries, and I was really lucky to get a job there, and so that's it.
Yeah, and what's the process like when you're composing for someone else as opposed to composing for yourself? Is the creative process very different?
Oh yeah, that's totally different. But I need both, you know.
Yeah.
The challenge is different when I work for someone, when I have to focus to understand the mood, the vibe of the work that I do with someone, but I need to be my own captain to like on the other side. Like I really like when there is no rules, no obligations, no deadlines, So that's when I work for Alias, but I need both.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. How about we check out some of the other new releases that have come out this week? First up, a collaboration between Kruang Bin, a soul dub psychedelic outfit from Texas, Houston, and Mali's Vieux Farka Touré. They recently released a collaborative record that celebrates the life of his father, the tremendous Ali Farka Touré, Vieux Farka Touré. So straight up with the album that's called Tongo Bara. Here's one of the tracks. Oh, lovely track there. Alias, if you could collaborate with any band or artist, obviously we've got a few collaborations on this record, but is there a dream collaboration of yours that someone you could work with?
Oh, there's a lot of collaborations that I really would like to do, but I would say, Kruang Bin would be definitely a good choice, but I would say like Jack White or Ty Segall or.
Yeah, it's interesting because your vocals are quite similar to Jack White. It's just something in the voice.
Yeah,
that's quite good. Yeah. Or we'd have said Beck. Very cool. Other release this week, Taylor Swift, she's back. And it's with her 10th studio album. It's called Midnight. And she's described it as a journey through terrors and sweet dreams. Apparently, she came up with the concept from 13 sleepless nights. I wish my insomnia spells were as productive.
Missing you like this is such sweet sorrow. Won't you come back to me? I'll be here today and here tomorrow in dark blue Tennessee.
The new Taylor Swift album, which features a duet with dream pop sadcore artist Lana Del Rey and was produced by longtime collaborator Jack Antonoff. And I'm afraid that's all we have time for. Thank you so much to my guest Alias for popping by the studios. I remember his excellent album Jozef is already available. France 24's latest news bulletin is just around the corner, which gives me enough time to remind you to follow us on our social media platforms and keep up to date with all the news from culture on France 24. music24.com. We're going to play out with a clip from Arctic Monkeys' new album, The Car. The rock band, who stem from Sheffield, England, are back with their first album in 4 years. Frontman Alex Turner recently said he no longer felt the pressure to pen hit singles. Not that it's a bad thing, but you can actually tell. Here's Body Count.
My teeth are bleeding and my knees are weak. It's as if there's something up with the wiring. Come poke your head behind the mountain peak. Don't have to mean that you've gone in.